So now we will start the applications of Gauss theorem. Okay, this is our first application: electric field intensity due to uniform line charge. Okay, so this is a line charge of infinite line charge, and it is uniform. And I am taking it. It has positive charge. Okay, I am taking it has positive charge, and it is uniform. That means line charge density. Line charge density is denoted by lambda. Line charge density lambda is constant. Okay, line charge density is constant. So we have to find the electric field intensity at point P, which is at a perpendicular distance r from this line charge. Okay, so our first work here to draw the Gaussian surface. Okay, so how it look like? So there were four properties of Gaussian surface. Closed, it will be symmetric about the charge distribution. Electric field intensity will be same at every point on the Gaussian surface, and fourth point, E will be parallel or perpendicular to the area vector. Okay, so how it look like? Here it will look like a cylinder. Okay, it will look like a cylinder. That cylinder will pass through that point P. Okay, this is a Gaussian surface. Okay, so look at this Gaussian surface. There you will get three surfaces. This is a cylinder. Cylinder has three surfaces. One is curved surface, that curved surface, and another two, this one and this one, these two flat surfaces. Okay, so I am taking small areas on these surfaces. One is around this point at which we have to find the electric field intensity. Second one, I am taking a small area at this flat surface. Third one at this flat surface. Okay, now look at the direction of this area vector of these small surfaces. For this surface, it will go along this. Okay, so I am taking it as ds1, first surface ds1. Okay, the direction of ds1 is along the radius vector. Okay, this one will be in this direction. I am taking it as ds2. Area vector is always normal to that area, surface area, and outward normal. Okay. Third one, this, it will act in this way, ds3. Okay. Now look at the electric field intensity. At any point, what will be the electric field intensity? On the curved surface, the electric field intensity will be same at every point because all the points are at same distance from this line charge. Okay. So E is constant, and at this point, the E will go, or electric lines of force will go in this direction. So this is the direction of electric field intensity or electric lines of force at this point. At this point, this will be in this direction. Okay, E, and at this point it will be in this direction because the line charge has positive charge, and lines of force will start from positive charge and go to infinity. So it is starting from here and go to infinity. Starting from here, go to infinity. Starting from here, go to infinity. Okay, understand these three pictures: ds1, ds2, ds3. Okay. Now take this length of the cylinder is L. Small l is the length of the cylinder. Okay, and radius of the cylinder is r. So first we will find the charge enclosed in the formula of, in the mathematical expression of Gauss theorem. Closed integral E dot ds equal to q enclosed by epsilon 0. Q enclosed means total charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface. How much charge? This is the charge. Okay, this is the charge. So Q enclosed equal to what? We know the line charge density. That means line charge density into length. So Q enclosed is equal to line charge density into length. Okay, Q enclosed equal to line charge density into length. Okay. Now write the Gauss formula. So Gauss formula using Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem, what it tells, close integral E dot ds equal to q enclosed by epsilon 0, or we can write it as lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, now this integration is for whole surface. Now there are three surfaces, so I am breaking this integration into three surfaces. So or integration S1 E dot ds1 plus integration S2 E dot ds2 plus integration S3 E dot ds3 equal to lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, lambda L by epsilon 0. Now these are dot products. These are dot products. Now look at the first one. First surface. For first surface, E is parallel to ds1. Okay, that means theta equal to 0 degree. Okay, now E dot ds1 will be what? E dot ds1. So E dot ds1 equal to E ds1 cos 0 degree. Okay, so at the end you will get only E ds1. Okay, understand all these things. So I can write it here only E into ds. So E into ds1. Okay, now go to second and third surface. Second and third surface, E dot ds2, E dot ds3. So here I am erasing this part. So here E is perpendicular to ds2 and also E is perpendicular to ds3. Okay, so I am calculating any one, other one will be of similar kind. So that means theta equal to what? 90 degree. Okay, theta equal to 90 degree. Theta equal to 90 degree means what? E dot ds2 equal to E into ds2 into cos 90 degree. That equal to 0. Cos 90 means 0. So E dot ds2 and E dot ds3 both will be 0. Both are perpendicular. So I am erasing this part. Okay, so I am erasing this part. They are 0. Okay, so what is the value basically? I am erasing this thing now. So it will be, so E dot ds1 equal to basically lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, we write all these steps. Then E is constant. Okay, all the points on this Gaussian surface are at the same distance, so E is constant. So I am taking this E out of the integration sign. So E integration ds1 s1 equal to lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, lambda L by epsilon 0. Or E ds1 means what? ds1 means total carved surface area. Total carved surface area of this cylindrical Gaussian surface. That is what? 2 pi r into L. So 2 pi r L equal to lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, lambda L by epsilon 0. Okay, now what will be E? Take this thing to the right side. Take this thing to the right side. Okay, so it will be, take this thing to the right side. It will be what? E will be lambda L by 2 pi epsilon 0 L R. Okay, L cancel out, L cancel out, so it will be at the end it will be lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 R. Okay, so electric field intensity at a distance r from infinite uniform line charge is equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r. Okay, understand the calculation. Now it is the magnitude only, so we have to express that electric field intensity in vector form, because this is a vector actually. So I am writing it here. So I am writing it here that E will be E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r, then give vector, and in what direction electric field is going, in what direction, that is r cap, so that will be r cap. So this is the actual expression of electric field intensity at a distance r from infinite line charge distribution. Okay, so if this is positively charged, then electric field will go in the direction of r. If it is negatively charged, then electric field will go in the opposite direction of r. Then here minus r cap will come. Okay, so this is true for positively charged. So is true for positive charge distribution. Okay, positive charge distribution. Okay, if it is negatively charged, there will be minus r. Now what will be the graph? What will be the graph between E and R? Because R is the variable parameter here, and if R changes, E will change. Other terms are constant, lambda uniform, so it is constant. 2 number constant, pi will 2 by 7 constant, epsilon 0 permittivity of free space constant. So E only depends on R. So how will be the graph? So what will be the graph? So when you draw the graph, you will write the proper notation with unit, and here are in meter. Okay, so at r tends to 0, E will be infinity, and r tends to infinity, E will be 0. So the graph will look like this. Okay, graph will look like this. So this represents E proportional to 1 by r. Okay, so this is the first application of Gauss theorem, and using this Gauss theorem we have find the electric field density at a point due to infinite line charge. Now this infinite means it does not mean infinite actually. Okay, it means from which point we are looking that wire. Okay, if we look it from very near point, then very small wire will look like infinite. Okay, if we look from far point, then it will be a long wire. Okay, so infinite does not mean that here infinite does not mean that it is actually infinite. Okay, so from which point we are seeing, that is important. Here this r we take, that is very small. For that reason a small wire will look like infinite. Okay, if we go far away, then the wire will be very big. Okay, which look like infinity. Okay, so our next topic is electric field intensity due to uniform charged cylinder. Okay, solid cylinder. Okay, understand this? Okay, so next topic, electric field intensity due to uniformly charged solid cylinder. Okay, so solid cylinder means inside the cylinder there are materials. Okay, there are materials means charge can reside on that material. Okay, so here charge will not reside only on the surface, charge will reside inside the surface also. That means here we will get volume charge distribution. So here volume charge distribution, volume charge distribution or volume charge density, right? Volume charge density rho equal to constant here. Okay, rho is constant here and it is infinitely long. Rho is constant. Okay, so here we will see the three cases. First one, outside the cylinder. Okay, the cylinder has radius r, capital R. Now first outside the cylinder, at any point outside the cylinder. Okay, this thing is again look like the previous one, means line charge density. You will see it. So this is the distance. Okay, first thing, to draw the Gaussian surface. Here again the Gaussian surface will look like a cylinder. Okay, so the Gaussian surface I am taking it like this. Okay, so this is the Gaussian surface. This path will go through that point at which we want to calculate the electric field intensity. This is at a distance r from this axis. Okay, now and this is length L. Okay, so here again the three surfaces. This one will act in this direction, that is ds1, and electric field intensity will again go in this direction, this is E. And taking these charges are positive charges here. Okay, positive charges I am taking. Okay, this is second surface. Here this is the surface direction ds2, electric field direction is this E. And this is third surface. This is the surface direction ds3, and this is the direction of electric field. Okay, so like the previous way, first we will find the charge enclosed. So Q enclosed. Q enclosed means what here? Volume of the volume of this cylinder which is inside this Gaussian surface. Okay, volume of this cylinder where charge is there. So volume of this cylinder means what? R is the radius of this cylinder. This is length A. So it will be volume is pi r square A. This is volume into density. That is the total charge. So this is Q enclosed. Okay. Now use Gauss theorem. So using Gauss theorem, what we can write? Close integral E dot ds equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Value we will write at the end. Okay. So next point, we will break this closed surface into three surfaces. So integration s1 E dot ds1 plus integration s2 E dot ds2 plus integration s3 E dot ds3 will be Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay, like the previous way, E and ds2 are perpendicular to each other and E and ds3 are perpendicular to each other, so they will be 0 because dot product means cos theta and theta is here 90 degree and cos 90 is 0, so these will not be here. Okay, these are 0. And for the first surface, E and ds are in the same direction, that means theta equal to 0 degree, in the same direction means 0 degree, and dot product, so cos theta and cos 0 degree is 1, so it will be here only this. Okay, so this equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay, understand this thing like the previous one. Now E is constant, take it outside. Integration ds1 s1 equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay, then you will get E ds1 is what? S1 is the curved surface. Curved surface of what? The Gaussian surface, not this one. The Gaussian surface, not the inner one. The Gaussian surface. So surface area is 2 pi r l equal to q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay. So what will be E? So at the end you will get E equal to what? Q enclosed. Now I am writing it here. Pi r square l rho by 2 pi r l epsilon 0. Okay, 2 pi r l epsilon 0. Now l cancel out, l cancel out. Okay, pi cancel out, pi cancel out. So r square rho by 2 pi 2 r epsilon 0. Okay. Now what is r square rho? Okay, so this is, so l cancel out, l cancel out. Okay, l cancel out. So it is pi r square rho by 2 pi small r epsilon 0. Okay. Now what is the meaning of pi r square rho? Pi r square rho, that means what? Q enclosed by L, that is what? Pi r square rho, pi capital R square into rho. What is Q enclosed by L? That is total charge per unit length. Total charge per unit length. That means what? That means what? Line charge density. So at this place we can write lambda. Okay, this pi constant, r, okay, cylinder constant, rho, it is already constant, I have written it here. So lambda line charge density will be constant. So I can write it here, lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r. 2 pi epsilon 0 r. Now compare this value with the previous one, with the first one, uniform line charge. This was the value. So at outside point we will get the same thing. Now give the vector sign, so it will be r cap. Okay. So this thing we will get when small r is greater than capital R. Small r is greater than capital R. Okay. Now come to the point that small r is equal to capital R. Okay, that is the second case. So this is the first case. This is the first case where small r is greater than capital R. That means outside. Small r is greater than capital R means what? Outside. Okay, outside. Now come to the second point. Small r is equal to capital R. Okay, so I am writing this here. I am erasing this part. Okay, rho is constant, that is fine. Okay, I am erasing this part. So E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r cap. Okay, this is when r is greater than r. Second case, when r equal to r. Okay, when r equal to r means on the surface, when r equal to r. In this case, just put the value here, r equal to r. So you will get what? You will get E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 capital R cap. Okay, this is when r equal to r. And lambda is what? Lambda is what? We have already calculated. That is pi capital R square into rho. Rho we know. Okay, rho we know. R, this is the radius of cylinder, that also we know. So pi capital R square into rho, that is lambda. Okay, understand? Now third case, inside the cylinder, when small r is less than capital. Okay, it is a little bit different. So look at this. So I am erasing this thing, we do not need it now. Okay, so third case, when small r is less than capital R, that means inside. That means inside. Okay, inside. So inside I am taking the distance r now. So I am erasing this diagram now. Do not need it. Now inside the at a distance these are suppose. This is the r. Okay. This is the point at which we want to find the electric field intensity. Okay. Then what we will do? We will again draw a Gaussian surface which pass through this point. Okay. We will again draw a Gaussian surface which pass through this point, and the length I am taking L. Okay. Now what will be the total charge enclosed? Now it will be a little bit different. So Q enclosed by this Gaussian surface is equal to what? Volume into charge density. Volume is what? Pi r square L into rho. Now it is different. Now this is radius. This amount of charge is there. This is the volume of this cylinder only. Okay, volume of this cylinder into density. This is Q enclosed. Okay. Now using Gauss theorem, close integral E dot ds equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. We'll put the value Q enclosed at the end. So again we will draw into three parts. One is this S1, another is here, okay, and another is here. This is ds1, ds1, this is ds2, and this is ds3. Okay, electric field will go in this way, in this way. So again we will get at the end integration what? Only S1 will be there because E and S1 are in the same direction. Other two are at perpendicular direction, so they will cancel. They will 0, and only remaining part is this one. So E into ds1 equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay. Now these are in the same direction. Okay, and all the points are at the same distance from the uniform charge distribution, so E will be constant. So take E outside. So E integration ds1 equal to Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay. So ds1 means what? ds1 means what? The surface area of this Gaussian surface. That is what? 2 pi r small r L. That is equal to Q enclosed means pi r square L rho by epsilon 0. So E will be what? E will be pi r square L rho by 2 pi epsilon 0 r L. Okay. Now this RL with this 1r and L cancel out. Okay. Pi also you can cancel out. So remaining part is r rho by 2 epsilon 0. So it will be r rho by 2 epsilon 0. What will be the vector sign? This will be along r cap. Okay. So this is the formula when we find the electric field density inside the solid cylinder. Okay. Now look at here. Rho is constant. Okay. Two number constant, epsilon 0 free space permittivity constant. So only the variable part is this. Okay. So the three equations of electric field, I am writing it here. E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r when r is greater than capital R equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 capital R when r equal to R, and third case r rho by 2 epsilon 0 when r is less than r. Okay, so this is basically outside the cylindrical solid cylinder. This is on the surface of solid cylinder, and the third one is inside the solid cylinder. Now give r cap here, vector sign. Okay. Now we will draw the graph between E and R. Outside E is inversely proportional to the distance. Okay. On the sphere it is constant, and inside it is directly proportional to the distance. Okay. So I am drawing the graph here. So whenever you will draw the graph, you will write the proper unit. So this is E, electric field intensity. Okay. Unit is Newton per Coulomb. Okay. And this one is distance, meter. Okay. Always write SI units. Okay. Now draw this cylinder here. The axis will be on this axis, on this line. So this is the cylindrical solid cylinder. Okay. This is radius r. So dot 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 dot. So from this to this, the radius of cylinder. So this point is r equal to capital R. Okay. Now from the center or from the axis of the cylinder, how electric field intensity will change. That means this is the case, this region is inside the cylinder. Okay. So electric field is directly proportional to the distance. Directly proportional means the graph will be straight line. Okay. Directly proportional means graph will be straight line. So in this region, E is directly proportional to R. Okay. On the cylinder, this is the electric field, this is constant, and outside inversely proportional to the distance. That means like this. Okay. So this is E proportional to 1 by R. So this region is outside of the cylinder, this region is inside the cylinder, and on the cylinder the value is what? E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon 0 r. Okay. Here lambda equal to what? Lambda equal to what? Lambda is pi r square into rho. This is lambda. Pi r square into rho. This is lambda. This is constant. Okay. R is the radius of the solid cylinder. Rho is the charge density. It is uniform. So lambda is constant. So this is the graph. Inside this straight line, outside it is inversely proportional to the R. Okay. Understand? Good.